We're jumping into the world of emojis, and I was asking what your favorite emoji is and stuff. But Hafiz has joined me. Hi,
Hello.
Hafiz.
Hello.
How are you?
I see I am particularly excited about this conversation.
Do you use emojis?
Not really, but I do. I
Have
do.
you watched the emoji movie?
Oh, there's a movie.
Yeah, there's a movie called the Emoji Movie. It takes you into the world of emojis.
I see. Well, I haven't seen it really,
Wow.
but I will look it up.
You
Yeah.
should. You should.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite emoji to use?
I, I don't have a favorite, but I have like a top three, top four,
Okay.
kind of thing.
What are your top three emojis to use?
The ones I use, I think the ones I frequently use are, the laughing emoji.
Okay.
Yes, well, because I like to tease a lot of friends.
Right.
The face with the tears of joy. Yes. Yeah, that. There's also the face palm. Yes,
The face what?
the face palm emoji. That's.
Oh yeah, the one that they
yeah.
put their hand like.
Exactly.
Oh, how
Yes,
could you do
and
this? Yeah.
occasionally then I use I think the thumbs up, just to avoid conversations altogether. So
Wow.
to avoid or end lengthy conversations. So
Oh. Okay.
don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I haven't said any.
How do you end the conversations you don't want?
Me? I smiley, just the one without the teeth. The one it's a smile, not the one that has the teeth. The one that's just just a straight line and just send that. It's supposed to
Okay.
represent a full stop. Like, okay, that's the end of it. Please stop, don't continue. And then I disappear from the chat.
I see.
So you just use the thumbs up to tell the person it's okay, don't talk again. Basically.
No, I just agree with you and that's it. I don't want to. God. Whatever you say, that's what I mean by it.
I
So.
can't believe this.
Yeah.
Okay, but which emoji have you ever used before that you say it was weird or it's I don't know.
Weird emoji.
You know we have different types of emojis.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
You're
not
not an
really
emoji.
so into it. So
Wow.
I wouldn't say I have a weird emoji to use because I haven't really explored it that much anyway. But I think they're a cool invention. I mean, because especially in the way we communicate.
Yeah.
Yes, because I mean languages adapt every day, and we've certainly seen how emojis have come to reconfigure the digital space and the way we communicate textually. Now, if you would permit me, just a bit of background
Sure.
on what emojis are,
Emojis,
on
yeah.
how they came about. Now, before emojis, there was the digital sibling known as emoticons.
Yes.
Yes, and these were typographs
Yes.
where we would use semicolon and
The brackets.
the brackets and
You'll
everything.
be doing smiling faces there.
Exactly, just to express emotions and everything. So these were the ones we used back in the day, and up until the 90s, where the Japanese invented what they call emoji.
Yes.
Yes, so emoji is actually a Japanese word, and it simply means picture character. So that's what it means. So it's a Japanese thing. Then I think somewhere around 2009, the phone companies decided to pick it up. Yes, especially Apple, I think.
Yes.
Started picking it up and then using it in their keyboards, and it just caught on like wildfire, and it went on and on up until I think one of the leading arbiters of English language. I'm talking about the Oxford dictionaries. They decided to name one of the emojis as the word of the year for 2015. Now imagine having to name or select an emoji as a word
of the year.
So I mean it generated quite a controversy. Yes, because some people were not having it. Why a pictograph will definitely make a word? What does that mean? But for those that defended it, they're like, look, I mean this, and I think they took the one that made it was the face with the tears of joy. Yes.
The one that it comes out from the side.
Yes, exactly. That one, exactly. So it made it, and for those that were not having it, they were like, why? But then the explanation was that, I mean, this is a symbol that conveys so much emotion that you would need a lot of words to string together to be able to explain. And in just one symbol, you're able to tell what exactly that is.
Yes.
So, I mean, it definitely qualifies. And you can see, I mean, with the emojis, it has definitely reshaped the way we express
Communicate, yeah.
emotions more imaginatively these days. I mean, take a look at how it has simplified the way we do things. Look at facial expressions and even body language
Yeah.
and what they do to face-to-face interactions. That is what emojis does
Emojis
for
do,
text
yeah.
messages.
That's true.
I don't know if you get me.
Like you can imagine the person's face, particularly acting out the emoji they sent you.
And you see, previously when I text you and somehow the meaning or gets lost, usually people will say, look, I'm responsible for what I say, not how you understand it.
Interpret
And,
it.
and you see, but then I think that was where emojis came in. I mean, emojis takes that away and like, well, you can actually influence what you are sending.
Yeah.
So that the person receiving it doesn't lose the interpretation or
So
what exactly you're sending.
Instead of a dry hi, you can send a hi with a smiling emoji.
Sometimes some have had issues with emojis like, where are we going back to the preliterate era where we simply, because on their own they simply mean something.
Yes.
They can convey a message just on their own. So that is how huge it is. A huge innovation it is in the digital space and the way we communicate. And in fact, the way it actually affects our brains and everything. I think there was a neuroscientist that conducted a research into it. Owen Churches, University of Adelaide, I think that's Australia. And what he came up with was very fascinating. He said, look, the part of the brain that gets activated when you watch facial expressions is the same part that gets activated
when you use an emoji?
Yes, when you see an emoji.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, so that is quite an interesting observation or study anyway. But that's the thing, and one thing I love about emojis is the fact that it doesn't conform to any set grammatical standard. You know how when you're writing, someone will come in and come with all their
cross-check and edit.
Yeah. And then come and
Passports
grammar pedants basically. They'll come around and bleed your script. but with emojis you don't have that. Okay, there's no rules of engagement. It's just it just boils down to context really.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can see it in the way people use them, from inferences to metaphors. Yes. So for instance, if I like what I see, or what you see, or then I could use the flames.
Yeah.
To show that it's fire. It's
you're caught on the heat. Yeah.
Something like that. Or you look at the skull emoji. Really, people use them to show when they are embarrassed or funny, or when they think something is funny. So, emojis anyway. So, but basically, that's just what it is when it comes to emoji.
Okay, but bringing it home, did you actually initially when it came up, you realized it was mainly highly represented by the European?
You mean the color?
The colors, yes.
And
then we actually started having the different shapes.
Shades, yeah.
Yes, so you could actually pick any of them.
But before I even say anything on that, what's your position on it, the whole thing?
What's my position on it?
The introduction of a racially diverse emoji.
Well, I think it's not bad. It's good because, initially when you actually I use Apple, when you actually open their set of emojis, even some of the hair of the people, everything was so European.
What makes it European? Is it because it's yellow?
No, not the yellow. I'm talking of the human face. Have you seen when you see short, straight hair? Our hair is not straight like that.
So
and then the men had...
Okay, so how would you have a black hair look like in an emoji?
Oh, no, it should have curly edges.
Or cornrows.
No. We do have cornrows, and then we do have braids, and we do have the fro.
Okay.
The afro, it has
I think these are recent
outline.
additions, right?
Well, yeah, recently they've added that to their set of emojis, and you actually can customize. But I'm just saying that for me, I felt that at a point in time, most African Americans or Africans felt they were not represented clearly. I want to send an emoji, but then I send it conveys the emotion, but then it sure doesn't look like me. You understand?
So where do you
it's
stand on
set
it? Do you
out
think it's a
people-
needless invention
Oh no, it's not needless. We have used it. I mean, I use it. I designed one that looks like myself, and I did Bantu knots for it.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks like me. And then, I mean, for the ones that you can, there's one you long press, and then it gives you the color options.
Okay.
Yes, I moved from yellow to white. I've just gone straight to the black option. My skin tone. I feel like it's me. I'm sending me something about me. It has meaning. And it feels like this was like in a way made for you as well. And I'm not trying to say, I mean, it's good that they brought emojis, but then also not to put pressure on them that, hey, you need to add us, you need to add us. We have several African organizations and companies that have set out to actually make African emojis. A set of African emojis.
Really?
Like different. You haven't seen any of them, have you?
I don't know, but I just think it's needless, and I would explain why. Or
Okay.
not needless, but personally, I'm indifferent to emojis. Yes, I mean, look at how you're speaking about emojis with passion, anyway. So,
that is not passing.
I'm not saying there's anything
saying-
wrong with it.
No,
I'm
I'm
only saying it's just an observation I'm making.
Well,
Yes, so it's just an observation, a harmless one actually. So, yes, I'm saying you're speaking with it with passion, anyway. But someone like me, I'm indifferent whether emoji or
whether
not.
it's white or whether it's blue.
I really couldn't care less. But you see, now I understand the racial thing, the introduction of the racial diversity in emojis. But you see, for those that were preaching or clamoring for racial inclusivity, I mean, this definitely felt like a win when it was introduced. Right? Yes. Now we are represented in this space.
The emojis, yeah.
So it's a win. But then, is it? I mean, let's look at it this way. Because you see, for me, I just feel that it brings added pressure in a space or in a conversation that, I mean, it's already bad enough on the internet. It's there and all over the place. I really don't want to have, a normal conversation with somebody and have to bring that, or I'm conflicted as to what emoji to use. Because at the end of the day, when you are using it, you are not just policing what you are putting out. You are also very particular about who is sending what and why they are using what particular emoji. And
Okay, you learned.
you see, so it just feels like extra work.
For you.
I'm just looking to buy bread. I shouldn't care what emoji you are using. I don't know if you get me.
I get
But
you.
exactly. So when you see these things, and I think it brings this whole conversation about you having to. And besides, let's look at even the ones you are happy about. These were previously what were supposed to be like white emojis. All of a sudden, they are darkened and they are black. Now, for those that have issues with this, because trust me, there are people that have issues with it. They're like, I mean, how different is it from blackface? What if I need something black, all I have to do is pick that white thing and make it black?
No, I do get where you're coming from.
Exactly.
I do get where you're coming from, but then also, that's the thing. For the companies that originally had theirs and made the white faces, and now we do have phone features that allow you to choose the color shade. I'm saying that they're equally African companies that just set out to make African emojis and what some of us call the stickers. I get the fact that I'm looking to buy bread and not necessarily find out whether you made it with butter or margarine, and not go actually into the depth of it. It's an emoji. I'm just trying to convey a feeling and not necessarily build up or start a whole big deal about it.
I'm just saying that, like, you're not appreciating how complex it makes conversations these days. Now, imagine, okay, wait. Now, since we are talking emotions, I'm conveying emotions. Now, imagine I'm speaking to my girl, and she does something nice, and I send her the white angel. Then she's like, okay, so now I'm white. Why am I not your black angel?
Relax.
No. I didn't intend anything by that.
No.
Oh, trust me, it's that deep for some.
Well,
Yes,
then for
the
some,
color shade is very important for some.
but then I think you have to know who you're dealing with or handling with, because
For someone that is indifferent, how do I know if it's something that means so much to you that because
but then
I can tell you that
you
some
should
people
know.
are able to judge you just by the emojis you use. Do you know that?
Oh, I do know that, but
Yes.
I think that shouldn't be what you should be bothered about. If I'm expressing an emotion,
Exactly. So
and
it
you want
shouldn't
to
be an
just-
issue, but it is.
The thing, Well, it is an issue for those who want to make it an issue. I don't necessarily, if I do send an emoji, mostly if I've not used the emoji before, it's in the original white state, and I send it to you. I don't come and delete it and come and say, oh no, that's the wrong emoji, or come and change the. No. You see, because I'm not adding layers to the thing. I'm expressing an emotion. But then also, for the case of being and feeling represented, for people who are continuously conscious about their African identity, they have literally set all their own to the black one, and they want to make sure it matters. Also, they are setting platforms on which you can be conversing, and some of these emojis, yes, they are critical. They're very important. So then on such platforms, you should know. But then I'm not saying that walk around and then be aware of whether you're sending a white angel or a black angel or a blue angel. No, it's an emotion you want to express. So for those who are consciously aware, yes, for the fight for representation, it was done. We do have emojis that are represented in the black shade and different skin tones. And we do have African stickers. I mostly prefer the stickers because...
Okay, so where do you stand on a white person using, say, a black emoji? Oh, you've not seen it? You've not heard it?
No, I've not seen a black person.
It's very common.
A white person using a black emoji.
What's the name? This lady, Kendall Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one time she used, a face bump that was, obviously darker than
her shade.
Yes, the shade. They came at her for it.
No, but then okay, wait.
So
look, I feel they made it to help. It was brought for representation, clearly. But then it doesn't necessarily mean that because my skin color is not this, I can't use it.
Really? So you're okay with it?
I don't have a problem with she using. I mean, why are we banning? Then necessarily we shouldn't have even started using the emojis because they were white in the first place. It was about an issue of feeling represented. And that issue, I mean, there was a win for the African American community because then they brought it about. And then even more better for us, we did have our own who came up with more natural African looking ones. You didn't have to just change the color of the white ones. So you could use that or use the ones that were locally generated. But I personally don't have a problem with a white person using the black emoji. And I don't have a problem with a black person sending a white emoji. I feel it's about where you stand and where your consciousness is. There are certain platforms you can't go and just use any emoji over there. You have to be conscious about all these things. And like you're saying, you wanting to just send, you're conveying an emotion, a feeling. There's no sentiment. Nothing is actually attached. And then your girlfriend goes like, am I a white angel now?
Look, you see, the thing is, now, the whole thing about, a white person using a black emoji, that's what I said. I mean, earlier I told you, like, it's complicated. It has complicated something that shouldn't
have been complicated.
Exactly, from the get-go. I mean, I think no one was even talking about it until, Apple brought it up and they wanted to, basically pursue that route of inclusivity and everything, political correctness. But essentially, you can see it was just political correctness that went wrong initially. Because you see, when you start out and you have white folks using it, now there are some black folks that will be like, no, it's not right. Why? Because that's not you, and it's just not right you using a skin tone that is not you.
Okay, wait. So for me, then I want to find out.
You are passing off as something you are not.
Yeah, but then are you conveying the emotion the emoji is representing?
I don't know about your emotion or your emotional state. Okay, I mean, there are a few things as it is out there for a black folk to be happy and proud about. Now, this is mine. This is my space. I don't need you doing. Wait, I'm just saying.
I've not said anything. I'm just saying.
So that is how, strongly some would feel
about it.
Yes, about it. Now, there's also the other side that feels, well, if I don't see why a white folk that wants to use it cannot use it. I mean, in fact, what if the person is an ally? The person can definitely use it as a form of, solidarity in our fight. The more the merrier. We will need the numbers.
So
It just depends. You see how it has made everything complicated.
And
Just the way you see it.
Yeah, but I feel like it's also like you're just describing. On the other hand, I mean, the person is an ally in a fight. Is it like now everything has to be about that?
That's the thing. You could definitely use an ally.
Yeah, but
Okay,
then is
and
that what it's supposed to be? Because I mean, we're looking at emojis. What were they meant? We were talking about forget emotions, but why are you sending it? What? You're sending the emoji to express something you can't put into words.
exactly.
So
That's what I'm saying. So someone that uses it, let's say is white and uses the black, feels okay. I'm using it because of my black brothers or black friends. I don't know if you get me.
I get you.
So
I get
people
you.
that I feel should not, be going through what they are going through. And as an ally, this
I'm
is
there
my
to support.
exactly. This is my contribution, and I'll contribute in whatever way that I or in whatever space, even in the little things I do, like communicate every day. And to him or her, he feels okay. This is my contribution to the fight. Okay,
So
in my own corner.
yes.
So I don't necessarily. Maybe he or she would argue that, well, I don't necessarily have to come out bearing placards and yelling BLM.
This is
yes,
a way in which I
exactly.
can support.
But in my own little corner, these are the little things I can do. Okay, use it more often. Okay, just do my advocacy online. Basically, if someone that sits at home, but that is one angle of it.
And
But there's
somebody
also
would
that
have a problem with it.
who would have a
You
problem
see,
with it. And that's why I'm saying it has. I mean, it was meant to just make
it was
things more clear.
yes, it's
but it has- So
I feel it also has to. It's based on your interpretation. I mean, I can send yellow emojis, white emojis to friends, and nobody's gonna come like, no. But then
how
they're
many white friends
setting.
do you have?
You sir?
How many white friends do you have?
Not many. I need to be honest. I don't have many.
Exactly.
I don't have many.
So
but
chances are you won't see these things.
yes, that's it. And that's you see, that's what I'm saying. There's one thing that I learned. Sometimes we complicate everything for ourselves. We tend to make a lot of things more difficult than it should be. It's meant to convey an emotion, and I get the fight for representation. Now that aim has been achieved. But then are we trying to draw the line and say once it's for us you can't use it, or once it's for you we can't use it? I feel like if you want to convey a happy laughter, and some people are intentional about it. They go search for it and then put it out there.
Let's tone down
No
the
problem.
emotional bit. It's just not just the expression of emotions. It also conveys, just words, things you normally wouldn't even say.
Yes, you see,
It
that's
doesn't have to be emotional.
fine. Forget maybe okay. You don't like emotions. So I'm using the word emotion. You don't get where I'm coming from. Probably
I
it's
like it.
yes. He's an anti-emotional person.
Okay.
So you probably are having issues with the emotional, but probably it's to convey things that you can't say.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You wish you could put all this in a word.
Just looking at them alone, you know what it says.
Precisely. So then why are we, like you're saying, somebody chooses to send this instead of that? And I'm also saying that based on the platform, like you've explained that maybe she says, okay, I'm not going to come out bearing placards or anything shouting Black Lives Matter. But then this is my way of supporting the fight or the movement online. So I'm just going to go in with black emojis. Somebody may have a problem with it. Others may not have a problem with it.
Exactly.
You cannot necessarily draw a straight line and say, do this, don't do this. No. But I feel we shouldn't necessarily use one to always cover the whole. If you're sending an emoji for a said reason, let it just be for that. And I think everybody is subject to the reason why they're sending the emojis.
You see, this is even coming up because, well, phone companies wanted to be politically correct. Because you see, it's not something that we should even have. But you see, but that's the thing with human nature. We weaponize just about everything.
That's the thing. Because you're telling me that it's a big this thing
trust
for
me,
people to
because
use black when they are white.
for someone that wants to be racist, I mean, just looking at that emoji alone can put together some few images, and you actually get the message.
That's true.
Because, and you see, emojis are so strong that you could actually get yourself in trouble for just using one or two emojis
You
wrongly.
use the wrong emoji.
You didn't have to say anything. I'll give you
You
an
just have
example.
to put the wrong face.
There was a 17-year-old boy African American actually. So some have said maybe it's the reason. But a 17-year-old boy in the United States, in New York, I think. Yeah. Now he put out a Facebook post, and this had a picture of a cop and an emoji of a gun facing towards it. Yes. And because of that post, the New York DA took this guy on. Yes, and said it was inciting people against
The cops.
Yes, the men and women in blue and everything. So they were taking him in, but it was the guy was let go anyway. So it didn't make any sense eventually. But that goes to show you just how powerful emojis are. Okay, it conveys a certain message, and you have to be careful. Sometimes too, especially maybe I would say the Generation Zs, the older folks that don't exactly understand certain emojis. Like I said, it's based on context, it's based on inferences. Sometimes some have even ended up sexualizing certain fruits and stuff in there, and you use them, and someone interprets them in a certain context, and it's so funny to watch, really, the way people have decided to,
So basically, everybody has their own interpretation of what it means.
Of what it
That's
means.
that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we're adding layers to something that could be simple.
So are we gradually going back to the era where, in the prehistoric eras, you could see people writing on cave walls with images, and you could tell this was them communicating? Are we gradually going back to that?
Nope.
Or
Nope.
you see,
I don't think we're gradually going back to that.
really?
Yes, I mean, people still type, people still express themselves in words. And don't forget, those days that they were just using, those were like, that's how they used to communicate. That's how they used to express themselves. You understand me? For people who didn't necessarily string words together, for people who didn't necessarily, I don't know how to put it together, but for me, we're not going back to the cave days. It's not about going back to the cave days. It's modifying and working on what you already have.
So
It's like taking a picture of your face in different stages or reacting to different things and just putting it in a different way.
Okay, so you think it complements it
Yes.
rather than replace?
Yes.
Fair enough.
That's what I think.
Okay.
And I feel if you're an African American there, if you're black and you're out there, one thing you can also try to do is that, I mean, if you feel strongly about this, there are so many. There was this guy who actually his name is Patel, and he came out with it's like a whole packet of emojis, black African American emojis,
Okay.
different types. Like when I say different, I mean different, a lot. You can go check them out. We have emojis that, sometimes when you look on the set standard, you have some fruits that you don't have here.
Fruits.
They're fruits and something. Can you type wache on it and find wache?
It's wachi fruit.
No, not fruit stuff. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
I just said fruit, and the next example I'm hearing is wachi.
Don't do that to me. Wache is not a fruit.
Okay.
Please, I beg you, wache is not a fruit.
Okay.
Okay.
Wachi is a fruit.
Wache is not a fruit.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm trying to say is there are these ones that have made stickers. I call them stickers. That's what we call them. We don't call them emojis. Call them stickers.
Oh, okay. These days,
Yes.
on WhatsApp. And
Yes,
yeah.
different. So you can download it. It's a pack. Some are for food. I mean, wache, banku. And you see the picture, gaini, like correct, like that. I'm surprised you haven't seen them. So
I
below.
really am indifferent to these things.
Well, it's out there, so you can download it, you can use it, and it gives you the direct thing you're looking for. And right now we have this one that they do, like the memes, so they can actually capture the real time reaction of somebody, and then they animate it in a way, and then you make it a sticker. So some people use that as to using emoji instead of sending an emoji or having any issue with the
Some
emoji.
use moving images.
Yes, so maybe I said something and then you opened your eyes wide and then you dropped your jaw gradually. I just record that moment, animate it, and just put a text underneath it. Then I use that.
Like you're saying, they are getting complex by the day, or should I say by the second. I mean, because it just started with just these round faces. Yeah.
Now
time it's more human-like.
Yeah, now it's actually human.
Yes, you have what they call GIFs these days.
Yes.
So, I mean, technology is evolving anyway, and it's hard to keep up these days. So for some of us, we just stick to the usual. But like yourself, especially this, and also depending on what you do, sometimes your business would entail you having to learn these new things. Like,
Exactly.
and it has also brought about certain new job descriptions and spaces that, I mean, the ability to be able to use these emojis and be able to target a certain audience could actually, land you certain contracts or certain jobs that
Oh yeah.
that need, some form of publicity.
And
So
I think one thing too it did was it kind of opened up. It was like a new pool of communication for some people. For certain people who didn't like to talk or who are not good at expressing themselves with the words and going the long way. It was they became like emoji talkatives.
it's someone described it as an outlet, or more like your public diary. Yes, things you'd naturally not say.
You
know,
use
There's an outlet, but then that's just social media in itself. But for emojis, that's what I'm saying. Like, it says a lot. I mean, just a glyph, and someone looks at it and knows your mental state.
That's the thing.
The one that I actually also like is the one that shows you are sick with that bandage on
Up on the head,
Yes,
and
on
then the thermometer in your mouth.
I mean, it says a lot. It just says a lot. And sometimes when you just put it together with, say, the red pill, yes,
Okay.
yes, or the capsule here.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
means
you
you're
put them together.
taking medicine. Yeah.
yes, someone looks at it and knows what exactly is going on. And
Yes.
it's just
It says you type in a
lovely.
whole lot of
Yes.
things. I had to go to the hospital, and then they gave me this, and you've just simplified all of that. But I think it's a beautiful thing. I want to use this chance to say I appreciate the ingenuity of some of the African creatives who have come up with the black ones, the African ones. I mean, you. I'm talking of Asanka. Sorry, but Asanka.
Yeah.
What do we call the Asanka? The Earthenware bow and then the bow tie. Is it
Apoteya.
actually bow tie?
I
That's
don't
the
know.
English name of
You
Apoteya.
started it, so please finish it.
No, Apoteya is the Asanka.
Okay.
So the Tapoli. What's the English name of Tapoli?
You started it, so finish it.
But you see, it's shaped like a bow tie.
I know.
So it's a 3D bow tie. Yes. So the Earthenware bow and then the 3D bow tie. Sometimes you don't find some of these things, but we've had African creatives who've put some of these things there, and it's easy for you to actually communicate in terms and ways that you actually can say, oh, maybe you want pepper. You actually can send the picture, the emoji, or the sticker of the pepper directly. And I feel they have done well. They've been able to put themselves to work and come up with, when you go to either Play Store or App Store, depending on which one you use, and you just search for African stickers or African emojis, you get so many pop up, and you have the option
so
to
now there
download which
are
one you want.
Apps that do these things.
Oh yeah, they don't, you don't call them an app. I don't call them an app because you download it just comes to your phone. Then you have to embed it in your keyboard.
Okay.
It just attached to your keyboard setting, so you can choose and go there. Then you select it there. So you just go to App Store, Play Store. You can download any of them. Yes, they're putting in the effort and all those things. So I feel it's a good thing to applaud them in this state and in this way.
Right.
I hope we do learn to actually take a new way. We do learn to actually pick new emojis. The one I've never used, I've not used quite a lot of them.
Must you?
No, I have
More
people who
importantly.
use a lot. Some people use certain emojis. I look at it, I'm just thinking, what do you mean? I still don't get it.
Maybe you're growing old anyway. So.
Are you?
No, I'm just saying it's a thought, really. You don't have to know everything.
Are you calling me an old woman now?
I didn't say that. Epi.
Maybe I'm growing old.
Now this is the situation.
I will send you an emoji.
Wait.
I'll
This is the
send you-
situation we need an emoji for. You see?
Yes. In fact, I think I have the best. I have the best sticker for this one.
Okay.
I'll send you an emoji and attach a sticker to it so you understand.
Oh, immediately I said it. I knew you'd. Anyway.
So you said it and you're it's like just waiting for me to.
No. But so imagine if I had an emoji to go with what I said. You probably wouldn't react that way. So it's. I mean, watching is a food thing anyway. So Let's.
Please, disclaimer. I never said wache is a fruit.
Yes,
Please,
yes,
nobody.
yes.
I never
African
said
Radio.
wache is not a fruit. On African Global Radio, wache is food. It's not a fruit.
Heavy.
Fruits are different from
Wait, do you want
wache.
the technician to play it back?
Play which? No. You see, you didn't identify the full stop in the sentence I made.
What? The wachi or the fruit part?
The fruit came first,
Okay.
and then the wache was in the second sentence.
Whatever you say.
So it's not wache is not a fruit. Please don't go and say it in wache is not a fruit. But I hope you. Today is World Emoji Day. One fun thing I actually came across doing my research is there actually is the Emoji Awards.
Really?
I'm telling you, I couldn't believe
Thanks,
it.
we take awards for these days.
World Emoji Awards, and guess the emoji that won
How
for
do you
this year.
qualify anyway?
Oh no, people vote for it, but it's based on people vote for it, and also it's based on which one you use often, and so which one people use, which one is people's favorite. That actually is the first place, the
Okay.
second place, and then the third place.
No. Okay, so the award goes to the emojis and not the people that use them.
Oh no, to the emojis. Why to the people?
Oh, but I thought it was anyway. That was what I was thinking.
No, it's to the emojis. And guess which emoji won?
What?
Just guess.
I can't.
Why do I try?
I don't like guesses, so tell me.
Hey, God. Okay, so the emoji, the smiley
Smiley
emoji
face.
with the three love, like it, one love here, one love here, one love here.
Oh, wow.
You have never used it before?
Love. Why?
It has three tiny hearts, red hearts. Just like when
What do
someone
they
says
mean?
something and just like you're so, like I love you, but not in the relationship kind of love. But your heart is overjoyed with love and happiness for whatever information or news the person has brought to you. You're super excited about it.
It's easier to just laugh or smile.
When you laugh, it doesn't convey the warmth and appreciation. Why am I even stressing myself to explain this thing to you? Half is good. And then the second place is, so okay, they call it the smiling face with hearts. The second place, the second place winner was the pleading face.
Okay,
Can
more
you
like
guess the pleading
puppy
face?
Puppy dog look. Like,
Okay, yeah. It has the eyes, yeah, and then there's the white, this thing in the eye, and it's just like it's about to cry. It's just so cute. Like Puss in Boots would make, that
Okay.
face, yes. And then guess which one won the third one? The woozy face.
what's that? Describe it.
I'm so it's the one that looks like he has one eye closed and it looks like you're sick or about to throw up.
Oh, okay.
Like someone has said something like
Okay, that I can
face.
understand. It conveys attitude,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. A lot of people use it. So that won third place, but the smiling face with hearts was the first one. So I didn't even know people vote for emojis. So you can cast your votes. You just have to go to worldemojiawards.com. There's even a website for it.
Yeah.
That's how big emojis are.
but if
right
there's
now.
anything I'm thankful for emojis, is the way. I mean, you can use it to just avoid conversations, and it's lovely to watch sometimes.
So
let's
you
use it in that
see
way.
how Hafiz has actually taken the dry part of something out of such a beautiful thing.
Oh,
He's just so if he doesn't want to have a conversation with you, instead of writing and saying, "I'm sorry, I'm busy," or "I can't talk to you right now," he just sends you a
So all
thumbs
is
up
laughing.
or a smiling emoji just to say, "Whatever you say, just don't continue."
anyway, so it still doesn't beat the fact that you just called wachi a fruit.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and share.